Thanks, Brandis. United Airlines takes a stance against the Georgia voting law. Hedge fund Alden Global Capital risks losing the Tribune publishing deal, and marijuana sales reach yet another record high. Here to go behind the headlines is Crain Chicago business editor Ann Dwyer. Ann, great to see you again. So let's start with Chicago-based United Airlines. They put out a statement criticizing the Georgia voting law, saying in part, quote, "Some have questioned the integrity of the nation's election systems and are using it to justify stricter voting procedures, even though numerous studies have found zero credible evidence of widespread fraud. Legislation that infringes on the right to vote of fellow Americans is wrong." And this comes on the heel of organizations like Major League Baseball pulling the All-Star game, Coke. We've seen organizations with ties to Georgia do stuff. Why did United Airlines feel it wanted to get involved?
I think for two reasons, Paris. One, Atlanta is a big market for United. The Hartsfield International Airport is a place where they have a footprint. And secondly, one of their arch rivals, Delta, is based in Atlanta. And Delta led the way in making a pretty strong statement against this law a couple of weeks ago, right after it was passed. So I think United feels like they want to be on the right side of history, at least as they see it here. They aren't threatening to do anything more substantive than a statement. They're not talking about pulling investment from Georgia or anything like that. As far as repercussions go, really the only yardstick we have to measure that is social media at this point. And as far as we've seen, it's been a loud response, but it's been mostly positive.
And it more like a slap on the wrist here from United. Let's move on to the Tribune deal. The hedge fund Alden Global Capital, they were once the only bidder to take over all of the Tribune publishing company. Now there is a new team of bidders with a richer deal. Tell us who they are and whether this bid could be successful.
The competition is a combined bid, actually, Paris, from two investors. One is a Maryland hotel magnate named Stuart Bynum, and the second is a Swiss billionaire named Hans-Jörg Wyss. Wyss is piggybacking on an earlier bid from Bynum, and together they've submitted a $680 million buyout offer for Tribune Publishing that amounts to about $18.50 a share. Today, a special committee that's been appointed by the board to review takeover acquisition offers like this did issue a statement saying that they consider the Bynum-Wyss bid to be reasonably likely to beat out a previous offer by the rather notorious hedge fund Alden Global, which of course is famous as a slash and burn style buyer of media properties. Alden's offer is worth $17.25 a share. So if the Bynum-Wyss bid passes due diligence, Alden is likely going to have to up its bid if they want to prevail.
And I know that there are a lot of curious onlookers, including reporters and editors at the Chicago Tribune, that are very worried about a full takeover by Alden. So we'll have to see what happens there. And finally, recreational marijuana sales once again across the state hit a new record. Why?
Mainly, our reporting shows two things. The industry did see an increase in retail shops around the state. So with the number of retail outlets going up, more customers can be reached, therefore more sales, right? But another boost seems to have come in March when those federal stimulus checks hit a lot of Illinoisans' bank accounts.
Interesting. So they're using the stimulus checks for certain types of purchases. All right, Ann Dwyer, thank you as always.
Thank you.